way is conferences. Through the CTC, we go to a lot of conferences and things like that. So that helps, especially when we go to ones that also talk about how do you teach those topics. Those are good. I'm also a member of several professional societies. So their publications and their conferences and newsletters and things like that are very helpful. I know ASEE, which is American Society for Engineering Education, I get about twice a week a update from them that lists what's going on, what are new technologies, what are universities doing in new areas, and things like that. And they're really short little blurbs that give me enough information to be aware, and then usually some kind of links or something where I can go get additional information. So I think those are the kinds of things that students need to do as well, but certainly as an instructor, I need to keep up with those things too.
Many days that I'm very envious of philosophy instructors, other history instructors. I see them craft their curriculum, and from semester to semester, they make modest changes exactly where they want. And I find envy in those situations because our industry changes so quickly. I might have to drop an entire course at a certain point because it's no longer relevant, and then integrate completely new materials because it's now what's needed. And I might not have a significant educational background in that particular realm. So it's always a challenge. Maybe a quarter of my time is keeping up on all the possible trainings that are out there. My inbox is always full of events and conferences, and I have to selectively choose those and try to best map out the way that I can keep up on the materials that my students will need in the very near future. So for instance, I'm signed up through Docker for their training resources. They send me emails all the time related to trainings they're offering. AWS, I'm signed up through them for their particular educational offerings, and I also have some of their certifications. They're sending me things all the time in my email. Essentially, I look to any provider that might be offering services related to a technology that my students may need. And I'm signing up and saying, go ahead, spam me, send me all your stuff, and let's just see what I can get into to better help my students.
I think the biggest thing is you have to be part of the community. You can't be just an educator that happens to teach about IT. You need to be a part of IT. You have to go out and you have to really listen. You have to listen more than you talk. You have to meet people. You have to interact with people. You have to read. You have to practice it. You have to keep on challenging yourself to be engaged there. It's very easy to get comfortable. So I think you have to think, the educator has to think about how they best learn, and think about the challenges that their students have. So I like to listen to podcasts. I like to practice the stuff on my own. I like to look at the things that are coming from the BILT, and they're saying this is emerging. Well, where is it? What is the state of the art then? And practice some of that. Journals are great on the educational side, but I think you also need to look at some of the practice journals. And it really depends on what engages you the most. Think about, I'm not going to read a database journal because I don't work much with databases, but I'm going to read a lot about cybersecurity, and I am going to read a lot about, go ahead and chase down that rabbit hole and discover something new.
It is a challenge, but that's what we decided, right? As a professional, we decided to go into this career. And so obviously I'm a very voracious reader. I read a lot of journals, magazines, articles. Try to have some sense of what's happening, what are the trends are, what are the future trends are, and how we can start bringing into the curriculum and things like that. As I alluded, I'm also a member of the Society for Information Management in the Houston chapter. It is a national organization. We have a Houston chapter. This is where all the CIOs and the chief technology officers and the directors of the IT, all the public sector and private sector companies need. We got a good 250 members, it's all at a high level. And what I try to do with the networking, it serves as a couple of purposes. It gives me the BILT members. Okay, they are very, very supportive of us. They are going to now fund us the data visualization lab. And so this partnership is working very well. And obviously, and your National Science Foundation grants with the Summer Working Connections, which have been going on for 20 years. I mean, that's amazing stuff.